Alright guys, welcome back to Urge. We are finally off Cleric and into a new class, which is going to be the Druid, particularly the Circle of the Land Druid for the first subclass. Without any further ado, we'll just get right down into it. At level 2, you get bonus cantrip, you get an extra Druid cantrip.
Super complicated.
Also level 2, you get natural recovery. So basically how this works is you can recover extra spell slots, and it's once a day. Okay, but you have to use a short rest to get your spell slots back.
Right.
And what it is it's half of your druid level rounded up, but the spells cannot be of 6th level or higher.
Right.
So basically, once you hit level 10, you're getting the full benefit of this spell recovery. So you're level 10, you can get any combination of spell slots equal to half of that. So any combination of spell slots that equals to 5.
Yeah. 3 and a 2, 4 and a 1, a single 5, 5 ones, or a combination could be there. Starting at level 3, you get to pick a circle that you are attached to, and it will control your circle spells that you get. A lot of the other subclass different casters have this. With the Circle of the Land Druid, there are 8 different options, and they're all ecosystem based. You've got Arctic, you've got coast, you've got desert, you've got forest, you've got grassland, you've got mountain, you've got swamp, and you've got Underdark. Do you all?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
A forest to be reckoned?
Yeah, that's fun. It's hilarious. But you pick one of these 8, and at level 3, 5, 7, and 9, you will get 2 extra spells at each of those respective levels. And the best thing about these is they're all kind of themed, so you can kind of pick what fits maybe with where your character is from. Also, maybe where your campaign is set to make it fit that way too, if your character is from that area. But the other cool thing is they don't count towards your spells prepared for the day. So these are just kind of freebies that you can use at these given levels without having to worry about changing what you want to prepare for how you want to play your character. These are just some extra stuff that kind of go in there. Don't mess with your normal daily stuff. At level 6, you also get Land Stride. And there's 2 different factors you get, 2 features, I guess, that you get improvements there. You're not restricted by non-magical difficult terrain, so muddy water, ice, snow, swampy, tough hill, dense forest, all these other factors that may make it harder for your normal people to move through. You glide through with ease because you're used to being part of nature. Thematically, it makes sense. Also, in that same ability, you get to not take damage from natural damaging things like thorns and sharp rocks and things like that. Like you just by passing through, rubbing up against, you may take a small amount of damage here or there. Your character would be so used to being out in the elements of nature anyways, therefore you can kind of not deal with that kind of stuff. And finally, you also have advantage on saving throws against any spells that reduce your movement, like involving plants and things, nature-based things. So if somebody is able to make quicksand or use an entangle spell to try to grab you with a vine and slow you down or hold you, you have advantage because it's a nature-based spell to reduce your movement. And you're like, nah, I can do that better than you can. I'm going to go ahead and run away from that.
Level 10, Nature's Ward.
Yes.
You are immune to frightened and charm effects from elementals or fae, and you are also immune to poison and to disease.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I approve that greatly.
Yeah, and the thing too that's nice with it too, because with the actual druid class as a whole, you get the timeless body thing when you get high enough level. So you're like, I live for a really long time and never get sick. So you're just like, what's up? But also having immunity to poison. There's a lot of stuff that does poison damage.
Especially on nature-based things.
So like Ancient Green Dragon, like, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Stand in that breath. What's up? So there's always that. All right, level 14, you have Nature's Sanctuary.
Yes.
That's your capstone ability. Little underwhelming for me. Basically what it is when a plant or a beast creature attacks you, it hesitates. And it has to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell DC. And if they fail, they either miss you or attack whatever is within range of their attack.
Somebody else.
Yeah, if there's no one else within range, they're just missing, like I said. Right. The other thing is if they succeed the save, they're immune to it for 24 hours. So, not super effective. If it wasn't so specific to plants and beasts, it would be a little bit better, but it's still not amazing because it's like, they just have to beat your spell save one time for it to no longer be effective. So if it was like every time they attacked you, that would be like really good.
It'd be a lot better, and that kind of thing will also be better depending on your campaign. If you're doing a very nature-y based, like fae or just foresty campaign where you're fighting a lot of living creatures normally, not a lot of magical creatures or undead stuff. if you're doing a lot of nature-based combat, then it becomes a lot better. If you're fighting a lot of zombies, aberrations, underdark, and people,
you're never gonna even get this.
Then that's not even gonna be helpful. Well, as you guys know by now, if you've been watching the series, or if you have, we greatly appreciate it, of course. We're on to the part where we rate these individual subclasses based on our 3 categories of RP, combat, and class synergy. First up, of course, is RP. And on that list, we kind of discussed it back and forth and kind of went with a 4.5 out of 5 flumps. You may think, oh, wow, that seems kind of high. But if we really look at it, there's a lot of versatility in what they offer with the abilities. All druids can wild shape, so that aspect definitely plays into it. Mm-hmm. And the thing that Circle of the Land druids get, more than a lot of other caster-style subclasses, is they have 8 different selections of these spells that all have, and most of the spells are from the different circle choices are very utility-based.
Yep.
It's a lot of slow or stun or move this earth, move this dirt, water. It's a lot of elemental-based, nature-based stuff. There's a whole lot of RP you can do with the spell selection you get included, along with by land stride, you can move through stuff, and you can kind of like, how in the world do you just sneak through there? Like, all your party is getting like stabbed by random thorns. They come there and just like beat to death by sharp rocks, and you're just kind of bouncing around and not really care. So that's kind of the reasons why we went toward that direction.
Yeah. Next up, then, we have is the combat value, which we decided is going to be a 3.5 out of 5. Primarily because a lot of the spells and stuff that you're getting are more utility-based. They're not going to help you do tons of damage or anything like that for the most part, but they're going to, help move the battlefield around a little bit. As you get higher levels, it becomes a little bit less relevant, I think, because you're not fighting like tons of stuff. You're usually fighting like one big dragon.
Yep.
So it's like having utility stuff is always good.
Right.
But as you're fighting bigger and bigger things, it becomes a little bit less useful.
It's better with giant mobs of smaller things.
Yeah.
Than
you're controlling the battlefield more.
Right.
But when you have like one target that can fly, a lot of the stuff that you're doing isn't going to be super helpful.
Right.
So there's that. The spells and like some of your other abilities are useful for combat, but they're not like going to change the tide of combat in any way, shape, or form majorly. No. So 3.5, a little bit better than it's not hurting it by any means, but it's not doing anything major on the strength as well.
It finally brings us to the last category of class synergy. We went with a 4 out of 5 flump score, primarily because a lot of the cleric stuff we went to was like 3 because it didn't really change much what the base was. Well, a druid is very nature-based, and everything in here, it kind of builds on that base. It goes to more of the caster side of what druids can do. It's more spell-heavy focused, but, like I said, there's 8 circles to pick from that are all themed based on different ecosystems, which makes sense. Spells that go with those most of them anyway, makes sense. You really don't find a great place to place lightning bolt or, call lightning in with things, but, you got to give them some offensive spells in there somewhere. But overall, like, all the other abilities, like Nature Sanctuary, being resistance to beast attacks and things like that, it fits with what the theme is.
Alright guys, that's pretty much our thoughts on the Circle of the Land Druid. If you have anything that you want to say about it, if you feel like you have no idea what we're talking about, or if you could agree with us, let us know in the comments below.
Sure.
If you guys enjoyed the content, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know all of our new videos come out. And as always, guys,
thanks for watching. You were impressed by that, I know it.
I was like following along here.